Coach, congrats. You held the 76ers squad to 20 points below their average. Whether it was Steven Adams controlling Embiid and keeping him off the block, what worked so well defensively tonight?
You know, I say this all the time. It was had nothing to do with game plan or scheme or any of that. It was just, you know, everybody who played extremely hard, extremely focused, and really, really fought. And that's a huge part of it. I mean, they were fantastic tonight.
Speaking of fighting, 37, 15, and 8 for Zion. We haven't seen numbers like that all season. How would you describe what he accomplished tonight?
Well, I mean, we decided going in with Lonzo out that we haven't done this. You know, we've only played him at the point, free throws, dead balls, and things, and we just decided tonight we were going to play him at the point all night. You know, as long as, you know, at least as long as he could go. And so he had the ball in his hands all the time and the ability to make plays and everything else. But I was actually more impressed with his defense. And had we shot the ball decently, he would have ended up with double-figure assists too. I mean, he played the game the way you're supposed to play the game. He was tremendous. But he wasn't the only one, but he was obviously incredible tonight.
But I want to go back defensively, and especially with Steven Adams. If Steven Adams had 2 fouls in about 2 minutes, you kept him in the game, but he didn't commit that 3rd foul. And then when he came back in, he played with the 2 fouls, and that was big, especially the way he was able to check Embiid tonight.
Yeah, smart, experienced guy, and played him smartly and played him well. And you know, Steven's one of the few guys in the league who can, you know, match Joel's strength, you know, and that's a big thing. You know, Joel's a great player. He's got skills, everything else, but you know, you can't bully Steven Adams, and so I think that was a big part of it. But Steven was smart too, you know. And look, I say it always goes both ways, right? So I thought Steven did a great job, but Joel could have made all of those face-up jumpers and had a huge night. I mean, you can only do so much as a defender. You can only take away certain things. Steven did that, and Joel missed some shots he normally makes. So that's what has to happen.
Well, when Steven came off the floor, it was Billy Hernangomez and Jackson Hayes, and they both had good games, and Billy had a double-double tonight. But just your bench, the way that they played tonight, really outplayed the Philly bench.
Yeah, we went with our 2 center, 2 power forward, 1 guard lineup, you know. So we had Zion, James, Jackson, Billy, and Kyra. That was our, you know, our lineup. A lineup that has never spent 1 minute on the floor together doing anything, and just sort of had to figure it out as they went. But, you know, we just can't leave guys out there for too long. I mean, you know, this was the 6th game in 9 days. Now we're heading into another back-to-back. I mean, the schedule is absurd, to be quite honest. And so you have to use some more people, and you have to find times to get them in. And Jackson played only a couple minutes tonight at the 5. I mean, he was playing the 4. And, I mean, he was guarding Ben Simmons a little bit. I mean, it was pretty impressive, actually, to have never been in that situation.
And Zach, it's just like you said, it could have been more. In our you know, limited interactions with him, I get the sense that passing is a part of the game he enjoys. Do you feel like that's accurate? I mean, do you get that sense that playmaking is something that he likes to do?
Oh, absolutely. Listen, I think that one of the things with our team is we're really, really unselfish. And I think we're unselfish because Zion and Brandon are unselfish. And when your leading scorers are unselfish, then everybody's unselfish. So, yeah, I think Zion loves making the pass, you know. And those 2 guys, he and Brandon, love, especially when they set each other up. So he got Brandon a 3 in the corner in front of our bench. And then at the end of the game on the out-of-bounds play, you know, Brandon got him on the curl. I mean, just they love that stuff. So really good stuff.
Yeah, and it seems like we ask some version of this question after every game. But I mean, what's your impressions of a guy that young taking on the responsibility of playing point guard the entire game against a defense as quality as Philly's, you know, and performing the way he did?
Yeah, it was impressive. You know, it was impressive. So, we'll see more of it. And, like I say to you guys all the time, I mean, he's still 20 years old and hasn't played full season's worth of games yet. So not every night is going to be like tonight. But we want to get him more experience at that stuff going forward, because I think that's where his future is in this game. I really do. And, he just needs reps and more, and we've increased it throughout the year, giving him more and more opportunities, and, we'd like to give him more going forward. So we'll try to build some more things for him.
Hey Stan, going back to Jackson at the 4 minutes, how much time did y'all have really to work on that in practice, and how much of it is just Jackson having to do all of this on the fly, learning how to kind of be this new role in the offense? Yeah,
we had a walkthrough in Houston. That's the day of the game in Houston. We had a walkthrough, and we probably spent, 10, 15 minutes with him at the 4. In this season, that's a full practice right there. It's absolutely crazy. And so you got to do a lot of things on the fly, and where you're going to learn is on the court in the middle of games. That's when you're going to learn. And so that's where we're at. And in the meantime, you're going to have some mistakes. What you've got to do is what we did tonight, which is defend and rebound.
Hey, what did you think of the way Brandon looked for a guy who hadn't played in 11 days?
I thought he was really good defensively. I thought he really worked hard. I thought he got good shots. It's just, look, people don't realize, a guy like him who's used to playing 35 minutes every night and doing his work every day, he's been able to do very little because it's his foot. So it's not like he was out shooting or doing any of that. And, a lot of shots short, right? A lot of shots short. I don't think he really had his legs under him, and he'll just continue to get better as he goes.
What do you think was the key to defending Embiid the way you did tonight? Holding, I think it was 14 points.
I thought Steven was smart and tough, and Joel missed some shots he normally makes. And, that's not taking anything away from Steven. It's just that's the way it goes with the great players. You do what you can do, and then you've also got to hope they miss, because you could have a night with the exact same shots and Joel makes all of them, because we've all seen that. So, I thought Steven, though, played him as well and as smart as he could. I thought our guys off the ball were active. And then we didn't, again, the big thing, Steven didn't get bullied, and he wasn't getting right to the rim, laying the ball in. We weren't fouling him a lot after the first part of the game. And so what he was left with was jump shots that he can make, but he didn't tonight. So, and I'm happy about that.
And what do you think Naji has done to really earn the amount of trust you've given him these past few games, playing, a lot of minutes and doing some good things on good things?
He defends. He defends. So, that's the number one thing. Now, he can also put it on the floor and make some plays, as we saw tonight. But the main reason he's in there is to take on defensive responsibility. He's a rookie two-way guy, and we put him in the starting lineup and put him on a 20-point-a-game score. Okay, man, let's go to work. And he doesn't back down. He's out there playing. So, yeah, we have trust in him. If Zoe's out for any length of time, that fifth spot could rotate from game to game. But what it does by starting Naji is it allows us most of the time to have two of those forwards on the floor at the same time, Zion, James, and Brandon, guys who can handle and make plays. If we started all three of them, we would run into some tough lineups, I think.
Thank you, Coach. We're all set. Christian, you can go ahead.
Steven, you picked up those 2 early fouls on Embiid tonight, and then the rest of the way, were able to slow him. After you did pick up those fouls, did your approach change or anything like that?
The first foul was just stupid. I shouldn't even have put myself in that position. And then after those, I just kind of let him catch it and just play him straight up. Really, that was just the plan. He settled for a lot of jump shots. I didn't do much. apart from just staying in his shot pocket. Now, whether that does anything or not, I don't know. But he was settling a lot, you know what I mean? But also I think what helped was just the other players kind of stunting and like kind of just playing cat and mouse, whether they're coming on a double team or not. So that probably had a lot to do with it. You know what I mean?
Hey, Steve, I mean, I know you said he was selling the ball tonight, but how difficult is it to try and guard somebody with Joel's skill set, especially at the center spot?
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's tough. Like, the dude's really, really good. He's a really good player. You know, he can play inside out, which is tough, right? Yeah, and it's just like, it's always tough playing one of the players who have, you know, the majority of the shots, like a high volume shooter. So, I mean, you could just anticipate them scoring a bunch, right? And you're just trying to limit that as best as you can. But any of the high volume shooters, I mean, shit, like, they're gonna play through them. You just have to expect to be scored on. As bad as that sounds, it's not like this whole, like, you know, compete, yay. Like, it ain't anything like that, mate. This is just telling you what it is, mate.
Yeah, I think it's probably safe to say this is one of your better defensive performances as a team this year. Just what did you like about what y'all did on that end?
Yeah, again, it was pretty good. Like, since this team plays a lot of post-ups, it slows the game up a lot more. So it probably limited some of the possessions. I'm not sure, I haven't seen the stats, but limited the amount of possessions of the game than we used to, probably been less. But then it also allowed us to load up and kind of get our defense organized as well. But, you know, that's what comes with posting players, right? Things develop a little bit slower, so you can adjust. All in all, mate, yeah, good stuff. We'll bloody take it.
Steven, it seems like, I mean, it just seems like over the course of any game, but especially this game, Zion, he takes a lot of hits inside. I mean, what are, I guess, your thoughts generally on just the way he keeps coming at defenses?
The way he keeps what?
Continues to attack even after taking hits.
What do I think of that?
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's great. He scores a lot of points, even if he gets hit. I mean, shit. I don't know. He just scores a bunch of points. He's scoring at a high rate. So, I mean, he better go in every single time. It's so good, though. Even if he gets fouled, man, it's just like such a... I know we talk about strength a lot, but like that is like the least interesting thing in his game, about him being like this strong dude. Like, bro, his touch is like so good. Footwork is freaking insane. Like, yeah, bro, it's like, yeah, good dude. He had a baseline jump shot today. That's pretty scary. That's got to be scary, mate. Yeah, he's saying that. I was like, shit. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, and Stan said this is probably the first time this year you guys really went all in on playing him point guard the entire game. So what do you think about the way he handled that for such a young guy, you know, having that much responsibility at the top of the key?
Yeah, I mean, he's good, bro. I mean, he's seen little hints of it anyway throughout the year. So it wasn't completely foreign to him. Again, it's just the volume that it would have happened at, right? But again, it's like, it's the same looks coming down, and as you can see, they made adjustments in terms of like inbounding the ball. Trying to just like get the ball out of his hands, but all in all, man, good stuff. I'm only saying good things because he just walked in. Just all good.
He said we're gonna come in tomorrow.
Yeah.
I
know. I thought you said something.
Well, you can start us off, please.
Yeah, Stan told us today was the first time he really went all in on using you as the point guard the entire game rather than just out of timeouts, you know, here and there. I guess, you know, how did you kind of adjust to that, and what was your mentality knowing that you were going to have the ball that much?
Like I said, always, I want to thank my coach. I want to thank coach and my teammates for trusting me to be me. And secondly, I say this all the time, my stepfather trained me to be a point guard, so that was just like normal. I mean, it was just having the opportunity to go and show it. That's all that was.
I mean, so you've said it a couple times. I mean, is it fair to say that this role, like, it just feels natural for you?
Exactly. It just feels natural to me. I've been playing the game since I was 4. So at this point, yeah, it just feels natural. I'm still learning, but certain things do feel natural.
Is it, what's maybe the biggest difference in handling the ball so much that you maybe noticed from when you first really started to do it in this offense end of January, early February to kind of where you are now? And I know it's something that's been natural for you, but is there anything you noticed different in your game in the last 2 months?
I would definitely say my confidence and, going deeper into my arsenal. But, that's a really a shout out to 2 people, my stepfather and Coach Teresa Witherspoon. Those 2 people, whether I'm in practice working out with one or the other, or, whether it's in game with Coach Teaspoon, it's just the small things where she's like, Z, you do this. Take your time, make your move, and go be you. It's those small things that, for me, it gives me all the confidence that I need to go out there and, be me.
What was it like for you just coming off of the Brooklyn game when you had like a rare game that you weren't at your best, I guess, but what was it like just bouncing back like you did tonight? How big was that for you?
I mean, games like those, it's all in the game. I think when it comes to games like that, it's the character you show bouncing back the next game that really defines you. So I think as a team, we bounced back great and got the win.
Yeah, you told us before that you're not the type of guy who enjoys, or maybe not enjoy, but you're not out there looking to take, 25, 30 shots. You end up getting, I think, 28 tonight. Only second time in your career you've been that high. I guess, what's your read during the point of the game when you kind of determine, okay, I got to be a little bit more aggressive. I got to start getting more shots up. What are you seeing to kind of make that decision?
How the defense is playing me, what they're giving me, and what's working. And also, like I said, my teammates just, being there, giving me confidence, and coach saying, Z, we trust you on what move you make. I mean, all that stuff plays a part in it.
I think the biggest reaction we saw from the bench tonight was when you hit that little pull-up jumper down there late. Have they been getting on you about taking that shot? It seemed like that was a big moment for the bench.
Yeah, I have it in my bag. I just it's what Coach K called. Coach K called me he said I want to be a perfectionist, and all that means is I want to get the closest and easiest shot. But my teammates, and especially Teaspoon was the reason I shot that. She said, Z, just give me one. If you don't like it, then you don't have to shoot it again. And when I shot it, it felt good, and I liked the result, to be honest.
She told you that tonight?
Yeah, she told me that. She tells me every game, but tonight she was like, Z, just give me one. And I tried, and it worked.
Zion, what did you like about what you guys were able to do defensively in this game?
I think we really locked in defensively. We executed when we wanted to execute. Forced a lot of tough shots, which we wanted, and we got a lot of rebounds. We didn't allow too many second chance buckets, and I think that was big for us.
As I know you don't get caught up into in individual stats, but how much were you watching that triple-double, and did you see how close you were to it?
I wasn't really watching it, but after every timeout, everybody's like, Z, just get 2 more. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? Just get 2 more. 2 more, man. You got it. But in my mind, I'm like, let's win the game. And let's win the game, and then y'all can get on me about it after, but let's win the game.
Have you had a triple-double before, like in college or high school, like that? I'm sure you did in high school, I guess.
I got them a few in high school. In college, I don't think I ever had a triple-double in college. And I don't think I had one in the league yet, but that may change. Who knows?
Thanks, Z. We're all set.
No problem. You guys have a good night.
Yeah, it's so good to see you back out there on the court. How do you feel on that toe? Are you 100% yet, or are you still having to work your way through some pain?
I'm not 100%, but everything is tolerable for me. I'm able to go out and push off of it pretty well and do the things that I do normally. So I felt good out there today. I got my wind back a little bit. It didn't bother me a lot. just trying to get the timing and the rhythm of the game again.
Brandon, was a lot of the first half kind of just knocking off a little rust about having not had to play in a week and a half, 2 weeks, whatever it was?
Yeah, I mean, I'm so anxious to get out here, of course. I think I'll settle down a little bit more just going into Cleveland, having the chance to get some more reps up and the things we're doing in our offense. So I feel good about how aggressive I was. I think I could have been a little bit more aggressive, but I definitely got all my misses out tonight.
You say you're still not quite feeling like 100%. You think it's going to be a while before you get there? You think this is something you're just going to have to deal with for the rest of the season?
No, I'm fine, man. I'll be all right. There's just nothing that's going to bother me for the rest of the season. As far as I know, I'll be all right. I'll play through it if it does hurt and continue to build with my team.
Ed said the other day that, you could see that it was kind of killing you to sit out some of these games. I mean, just how frustrating is it to have to miss 5 when there's kind of coming down the stretch and you're trying to make the play tournament?
It's very frustrating, but also you got to know your body. You got to know your body and how to push it and when you should push it. And at that time, it was important for me to take those days off and get my foot back right to 100%. I feel way better now and pushing forward in what I'm doing.
And Stan said tonight this is the first time you guys really went just all in on playing Zion point guard the entire game. What did you think about the way he handled it and just the way he's continued to evolve at such a young age?
Yeah, I mean, he just searches angles. He's very good at getting downhill, and he's very good at making the right pass. So when you have that in your arsenal, it's very, especially when you have mismatches every single night. And it's good for our team when you come down the floor, you know that this guy can be his defender and also make the right play when he drives to the lane. So it's been evolving every single game.
Brandon, what did you feel like you guys did well on the defensive end tonight?
We stayed connected. We really fought over screens tonight, and we stuck to the game plan. I think just knowing the shooters on the basketball floor, I didn't see Seth Curry get that many up tonight. On the defensive side, Steven was really good with Embiid tonight, and Zion was good on Ben Simmons. And also Naji Marshall, he was really good on Tobias tonight also. So our defense was just connected, and we rebounded the basketball and just tried to get the best shot for us.
And just taking a big picture view, 20 games left in the season. How are you guys feeling as far as where you are in the standings and understanding about what it's going to take to get into that playing team?
Well, I mean, after the night, you only can be encouraged and be more confident when you're going in and you're playing against some of the best defensive teams in the league, and you come out like this, even not having a good shooting night. So I feel confident about where we are right now. It's just about how we take it the next day, how we go into Cleveland and play those guys, and then how important those wins are for us right now.
Thank you, B.I. Well said.
Thank you.